gentlemen, boys and girls, goblin of all ages, welcome back. D&D stream on this world and the next. Welcome to Goblins Under the Stairs. Oh yeah. We are here to get along in a very epic great hunt. Where we almost died, but we have survived. We got some rest, baby, so we're feeling good. And of course, my name is Carlos Garcia, and I'm here to lead this epic crew called the Stonebreakers. It's the captain. The nastiest duking of the land, Captain Rampu McNasty. Oh, yeah. And I'm here with Langston Shroud, Manta Zermeister, Crick. And of course, to lead us along in this epic adventure, the greatest goddamn D&D DM in the land here. It's Nate Gonzalez. Take it away, yeah.
All right. Thank you, Mr. McNasty, and welcome back, everyone. We got ourselves a nice session of Goblins Under the Stairs ready for y'all tonight. Before we jump on in, potentially I do the recap as I've been extending to you all. Does someone want to jump in here and do it for me and receive some inspiration? If not inspiration, perhaps a greater healing potion. I'll give you guys the floor to decide.
I have inspiration. You guys should do it.
Going once.
Inspiration is useful too, but
Johnny?
Langston?
Yeah, I'm chilling on my end, brother. What?
Yeah, all right.
No.
I'll give it a run.
All right, let's see it. There you go. Yeah, go crazy. Go off, King.
All right. So we started where we still had the snake and the undead but kept coming alive being left. We had taken out the Rampu had taken out that undead guy, and once that happened, he then quickly realized that I was, was pretty much going after anyone and anything hostile or not that was nearest him. And as he almost died, they were able to kind of get me the relief that I needed. And speaking of relief that people needed,
hey! That wasn't even me this time. That was good.
Yeah, we Langston. So our good bed friend Lurk was practically dead. The bugs were chewing right through his skin and flesh, revealing the bones. And Langston doing everything in his power, being the cleric that he is. He knew that he couldn't just give up on him, and did everything in his power and energy to what we thought was potentially, save him. We were still unsure about the status of him, as once Langston kind of casted this ritual on him, he was still the same with his, gauntlet, but flesh or no flesh or skin, all bone, just a skeletal corpse from the bugs chewing away at him. We then proceeded to, once the snake was killed too, we kind of took some time to relax and just talk things over as we proceeded our way out of that damn swamp. We then made it to these rocky Craglands. We started hearing some noises and just felt as if we were being watched, and seemed like we are getting pretty close to where we need to be going. But before we could do anything else, we had to take a second to ourselves to really get some rest, as the swamp kind of beat us up. Rampu had kind of nestled his way all the way in the rocks to kind of hide himself and camouflage, like in Harry Potter with the invisibility cloak. And Crick and myself kind of, yeah, well, Harry Potter too. And Crick and myself hung out on the rock, getting some rest.
Specific.
Langston getting some rest as well. Langston fell asleep with the corpse of Lurik. But as we were resting, I had heard some noise coming from where we had just came from. And I had kind of warned Crick about it, as we were the only ones that in that moment didn't need the rest, or I don't really require physical rest. And out from the woods comes this Lurik, kind of shining, glowing. Physically, he looked like his normal self. The way he spoke seemed a little different, but we had then woken up Langston, only to find out that the being that he was laying next to was no longer there, and it was the being coming out from the woods, saying that he felt lost. Again, he seemed like he was there, but the way he was kind of acting and speaking, it seemed like he was quite right. So we tried to bear no mind of that, or just kind of keep an eye on that, but we knew that in order to continue that, we needed a rest, and that's where we kind of left off.
Indeed, yeah. As you guys, you can go ahead and take that inspiration, please. And as you guys made your way out of those mangroves, the swamp where all the trees had faces and the roots had fingers and limbs, you guys made your way out of there as quickly as you fucking could after encountering the guardian of the lake, or the swamp rather. And after getting some rest, after Lurik returned from Langston's divine intervention, you all woke up the next morning feeling a bit more rejuvenated than you have in previous nights. Manto's still feeling a little bit beat up. Bat wings still spread out on his back. A little atrophied and not as strong as a potential fool wings might be on a creature that they belong to fully, but functional nonetheless. And as you guys wake up here at the bottom of the Craglands early in the morning, feeling this rejuvenation, the ground beneath you kind of rumbles a little bit and shakens you from your slumber. And that is where we'll pick up the session.
So, I finally get a good night rest. And literally, all you can see is like the shape of a rock. And all of a sudden, I stick my head out of it, like Ace Ventura coming out of the rhino. Like,
Oh no, visceral.
and I look around, and I'm like, "Oh, it's morning! My God!" And I just come right out. And I'm literally like, "Good morning! Oh my God, I haven't slept this good since we got here. How are y'all doing?" And I just walk past, like everybody, like, "Lurik, you're not scouting anymore. My God, whoo! Everything's going up Rampu today."
Skeleton. I know I've lost a little weight on this hunt, but I think it was that bad.
Oh, it was
No,
you should see
Rampu.
super metal, super metal.
I'd throw a rock at Rampu's head.
What? And I just
I gesture. I'm like pointing at the ground at my feet, like, here now.
back. What's the problem?
Okay, remember? He's not to know what happened yesterday. He was lost for a bit. We do not talk about his literal corpse. That was part of the deal.
I mean, you said you wouldn't talk about it. I didn't know that I wasn't supposed to talk
I
about
throw
it.
a second rock at his head. Like, I'm not fucking around about this. Listen, this is the first night's sleep. I get you giddy. I'm very happy for you. You weren't floating last night. Seriously, don't mess with anything with the powers of deities.
And then I look over at him. It's like, I'm not gonna lie, he doesn't look all that great. I mean, sure, much better than the whole skeleton thing, but
I mean, agreed. We can agree on that. It's definitely not what I was anticipating. Maybe he'll just, get back to how he was before. But for now, we're gonna support him. We're gonna make sure he's good. We aren't gonna talk about what he was, and we're gonna be good.
got it. You don't
right.
know what his deal is?
No, not yet. According to him, he was lost, and he was, just separated from us and just is feeling out of it. So we'll just support. We'll see if we can pick his brain, and we'll go from there.
Brains. All right, fair enough.
What the fuck are you, a zombie? I load up a third rock, but just start tossing it in my hands.
It is a delicacy,
From what, human brains?
No, of course not. Elf brains. Mm-hmm.
I've released
Can't let any piece get away.
I released the third rock.
Not when I go dodge. I see the third one is aimed with more intent.
Yeah, I gave you a heads up this time. Oh my goodness. Alright.
Rampu and Langston had this slight discussion over here, a little heated. You guys see rocks being tossed from Langston's direction. Manto and Crick, as you guys wake up in the morning. Yeah, also make sure you guys, if you have any daily abilities or weapon stuff that need to be rolled for or whatever, make sure you do that as well. Rampu, make sure you actually take your long rest. It looks like you haven't. But yes, as you guys kind of, Crick and Manto, what do you guys do as you kind of shake about in the morning?
I look at the crew and say, well, I haven't been able to do this since we started, but now that I'm rested, I can't ask to plant stuff again. So
Quick looks around. It's just like a dirt desert. Well, maybe we'll get there.
yeah, just making sure, y'all are aware.
Yeah. Yeah, I still don't feel that great. Langston, how are you feeling? You mind kind of checking me out?
I'm standing there with arms wide open, come here, buddy. I think I got a thing that'll fix you.
I just slowly, methodically, kind of stumble on over to him. Just kind of sit down.
That's okay. Take your time. I'll be actually pretty gentle about it. I'll take off my scarf and wrap it around his neck for a bit and just earmuff where his ears would be, because he is a Thrycreen and I don't actually think you have ears. Or if you do, I can't see them. So I'll put them on the side of your head. And I will cast Purge Contamination on you. I can apply alchemical fluids or holy water, and guess who's got a flask of holy water from our very first time on the island, baby? At least I thought I did. Was it removed? Oh, there it is. Yeah, holy water. Bing bong. So we're chilling on that. I recite the magical chant, which is "Get the fuck out of my friend. Please get the fuck out of him now," over and over again. And when I'm done casting it, all contamination levels and mutations are removed. How many levels of exhaustion do you have?
Levels of
Or how many?
None.
How
It's
many
contamination
levels? How many?
We had 2 left, I believe, because I think we had
Correct.
3, and then we were reduced to 2.
Yeah.
All right. So you're gonna kind of get the gauntlet of spells from this neighborhood cleric here. So with Purge Contamination, it also gives you a level of exhaustion for every contamination removed. So you'd be at a level 2 exhaustion. But I will use one of my 5th level spells to also then cast Greater Restoration to remove one of those levels from you.
My body's just kind of convulsing, and Langston is just sweating, giving me the frickin' work. And I just kind of like wake up from this all like again like I was shaking and I'm also now sweaty partially due to the scarf that was around me. I'm
Oh,
like,
sorry.
well, I certainly feel cleansed. Thank you very much, Langston. I'm
It is
sure
what I am here for.
I'm sure I'm not gonna get better immediately, but like I said, I already feel cleansed. My body just still feels weak. I imagine I'll feel better tomorrow.
Give yourself some time. It's not instant by any means, but I would say this is probably the best thing we could have done. So, absolutely take today stride by stride. If you need anything, you know where I am. And yeah, I mean, does so like his oaken skin, the wings have like left his body, like he's Manto, but still has the devil horns.
Correct. Yeah, you kind of watch as the wings kind of shrivel in completely. Same with kind of the flesh on his arm, kind of his normal flesh, the chitinous flesh, kind of washes over, taking over that form. And as his wings kind of shrivel in on his back, they kind of pop into his shoulder blades, vanishing into there. And still, yeah, he still has the little devil horns, of course, the little nubs. Still has the weird sharp teeth that he carved on his own, but the wings and the
Right.
and the bark-like flesh are no longer. Manto cured of the contamination, and feeling a little bit exhausted, tired afterwards, but not nearly as much as he potentially could have been, undergoing this rigorous spell that Langston kind of cast before him.
And then once I'm done casting that, I'd like to do two things. One, I want to charge up and be like, I'll see he'll still have the devil horns and the teeth. And I'll be like, oh, hold on, wait, nope, I'm not the best cleric. I still have some stuff in there. And I'll like rub my hands like a defibrillator and be like, let's get those horns out of you too. It looks like one of the contaminations still stayed. And I'll start like walking towards him, like sort of like just one step at a time, getting like increasingly charged as I get close.
Wait, hold on. I like the horns.
Wait, what do you want? Wait. Yes, we're still a fan of this. I'll like look to Lurk to be like any input and be like, you still want these?
I mean, it's really just the wings that I didn't need. I kind of have that on my feet. The horns, though, I feel like it's a change in personality, you know, not just aesthetic.
Okay, so this is you. This is you now. I'm looking at Manto's.
Yeah, I
identity.
like
Okay.
it. I like it.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna warn you again. If you start doing any more possessed devil shit, it's gone.
No, I mean, I still have the chalice. But you won't see me.
I wish
slipping
you
out of
didn't.
it.
I truthfully wish you didn't. I respect you and your decisions as an individual, but again, I wish that didn't come with us.
I understand.
That's
I also
fair.
wish we
Okay.
didn't come to this island, but we can't always win.
Well, this prize better be something worthwhile after this point.
Yeah, thanks, Lurk.
Sorry,
It's very convincing.
you look like an island boy to me. I'm sorry.
I mean, we are just trying to make it.
Feels like that
Just
every
trying
day.
to find-
Well,
And then
yeah,
for my second thing, can I just use the Pearl of Power real quick?
absolutely.
Tight. I'll get back my third level spell. Carry on, Lurk.
I was just gonna say, yeah, I don't know. Kind of looks up to the, scaling up to his eyes, kind of go up to the side of the mountain. Kind of, you guys can see him kind of trailing all the way up to the top, where you guys can see one of the spires. The lightning kind of zaps between the two of them. So, yeah, I don't know. We can get through today. Something just has been weighing on my mind a little bit, and that's the doctor. There's,
Adam.
I mean, everything that we've gone through here. I don't know. I feel like I want to speak for the group, but feelings for him aren't necessarily in the highest regard.
Yeah, he's a piece of shit.
But
we figured that out when he tried to get us killed.
I think it's all part of his vile game that he's got going on here. But I don't know, when we're all said and done here, and we do hopefully claim the Nightmare Beast's horn, and we bring it back to him. And I don't know, I just don't want us to get... How are we going to handle that? Because I feel myself, at least, I don't feel the greatest towards him, but I understand part of why we're here is for the benefit of, whatever potentially might win from this. And you guys also mentioned potentially being able to get into the vaults of Karsus if we win this. So it's like
Correct.
a double-edged sword here.
Listen, we came here to do a job, and we need to do that job. And sometimes when you do a job, you meet disgusting, awful people or beings who you absolutely despise. You got to put your personal feelings aside of it and, get the job done.
Yeah,
That's what we got to do.
I agree with you, Rampu. I just wanted to make sure that we were kind of on the same page there, because,
Well, it sounds like you wanted to murder him.
No, I want to make sure that we keep our goals in mind of why we came here in the first place, which was that access potentially of the vaults. And yeah, as you mentioned, our personal feelings to him right now, I feel like we need to just kind of push aside and not get too heated potentially when we do go meet him face to face again. And again, take our prize, take whatever we can, and just get out of there and not, I don't know, let our feelings get involved.
See, the way you keep bringing up feelings makes me, again, wonder whether that's that murderous look in your eye I'm seeing right now. But, agree or disagree. It's cool. Watch out, killer. But yes, we'll get our prize. And, if he tries anything funny, and he tries to withhold said prize after everything he'll put us through, we're going to have to take business into our own hands. But he doesn't. We got to collect our money and try to figure out the whole Karsus situation after as well.
I think it's poignant to note that he
big
does
word.
know that we know that he's been working with them as well.
But we know that he knows. What? I've got it cross-eyed.
He's been having those little flyers around, and I'm pretty sure he saw us in those crates.
We
So
did
I'm
take one
pretty
of them out. So I
Yeah.
think he knows that we know that he knows.
So
we
to
know.
Lurk's point, he knows that we know that he's working with the vaults and the ropes and all those good people. So we might just want to keep that in mind when we're talking to him, in case he tries to double cross us.
Good point.
I think at this point we're as dangerous to him as he is to us.
That's true. Especially with Killer over here. I point to Lurk.
Watch out. He holds up his staff, in a very non-threatening way, pointing your direction.
Oh, wow. So scared. Woo. Anyways.
And
Craig, how do you feel about breakfast?
I imagine after all the healing and the decontamination, Manto's sweating and sitting against a rock. And as Crick coming up and speaking to everybody about the doctor, he kind of leans down to Manto and just has a spoon and a bowl of soup, and he's like, "Manto, try this. It might help with your feeling a little tired. It's fiend noodle soup made out of fresh bone broth." He kind of puts it up to him.
Oh, that's quite nice. Rick, you've done it again, buddy. I know I can always count on you to whip up a solid meal.
Yeah.
No elf though. I don't mind that today.
Yeah, it was lucky to find fresh bones for the broth, though. Usually don't find those out here.
Weston just hits Crit with the like most questionable head turn. It's just like
I imagine like slow pan, and there's like 6 bones missing from the corpse.
his cheeks puff and he just sits on the ground.
I feel like Langston kind of give us this like weird. Langston myself kind of do this like weird little side eye, like.
Yeah. It's hard to make bone broth in such short time with good flavor, unless they're fresh. I can usually make it out of anything, though.
All right. Well, it's good. It's good. Thank you, Crick.
That's gonna be a magical meal too, by the way. It's gonna be fiend flesh, no bone. It's just gonna be a frail essence for now.
Okay, so 1 ingredient.
It's 1 ingredient. It's so everybody gets plus, well, assuming it works. But I
Yeah,
just
make a cooking
right?
check, and I think it's just a DC 12, right, for 1 ingredient. Yeah.
Yeah. So I passed because I got a plus 11.
Yeah.
Holy shit!
30. Well, there you go. It's really good, guys.
Diggity do.
So yeah.
And
go
then I
ahead,
also
yeah,
get a
explain it to 'em.
boon, right? I also get a boon though, right?
Oh yeah. So how much?
Or do I
more
get 2
I
boons
think
since
you
I
might get
over?
more, yeah. Let's see. For each cooking result minus DC, how much? So what was 12? Yeah, you get 3 boons.
Shit. All right.
Roll a D,
A
3
lot of
D8s.
boons.
Yeah.
1. I can't see it. 2.
I'll send these to you guys in the
And 3.
Discord. You can re-roll that one, I guess. Okay.
So what are they?
I'll send them to you guys. But yeah,
2,
go
3, and
describe
5?
what your cooking is like.
I mean, yeah, kind of while all this was going on, Crick's looking up. He's seeing rocks being thrown. He sees a very angry Langston, and then Manto's like panting on the corner, and he's like, "I know just the thing." While everybody else is talking, and he gathers a couple bones, from Lurk's old corpse. You guys hear cracking in the background. He's getting the marrow out, making this beautiful bone broth. And then he kind of pulls it into the pouch and just starts slicing up like noodle slivers out of this very old, stinky fiend flesh that we got back on Brawl, I think. And yeah, he just kind of seasons it up, and as he's all focused on making like chicken noodle soup for Manto, essentially, just to kind of make him feel a little bit warm and kind of help ease that kind of nausea that he's feeling. So there's this big pot of just boiling chicken noodle soup in the side, and there's bowls, and everybody can dig in if they choose.
So is that the whole thing that I get?
You guys get all of that. Yeah, all 3 of those things I said.
Oh wow!
It smells exceptionally sweet and aromatic as Crick finishes up this splendid soup for you all. So much that even it loosens up your tongue a little bit, and you can start to feel yourself rattling off a language that you didn't even know that you had within you. So much so that you feel like you're completely fearless in this moment. Anything that you have can face to face and not you can stare it down and not back down. You won't back down because you have to do what you got to do to make your way up to this mountain and defeat this beast once and for all.
How long does this last for?
8 hours.
Got it.
So and you guys know it's like the meals only last a certain amount of time. So ideally, if we're gonna have a bigger fight in the evening, Crick's probably saving the good meal for later. And you get all that, and then we also get +1 fire damage to your first attack each round. But mainly for all that. I guess now all of our things are damaged. Okay.
How do we know what language to pick in this case? Do you pick it, or
It'll
just
be
come up with whatever you want?
It's a monstrosity.
It was a
Or no,
monst-
fiend. It was a
it was a
fiend.
fiend,
No,
right?
it was fiend. It was fiend.
I'll give you abyssal as the language.
Abyssal.
Oh, fun.
Yeah, you guys start to almost like speak the tongue, like very kind of vowel heavy language in your mind. A language that seems esoteric and ancient, and you actually begin to recognize it as like you kind of begin to. It's like you're speaking Spanish or something else, but you're able to completely understand it, like just by thinking the words in your common language and then translating it in your mind in this kind of strange, dark, esoteric language, and you recognize it as being that kind of abyssal, very demonic, fiendish-like language, as you guys have heard at the Velvet Chain and the Nightmare Club and sorts of places and beings that have associated themselves with Grotzt. Yes, as you guys take down this meal and filling yourselves with this bit of rejuvenation and benefits granted upon yourselves, you're standing down at the base of the Craglands looking at some switchbacks climbing up the ascent of the mountain. You can see, of course, some like straight up cliff sides, potential area for one to scale the side if they would want to, but of course a safer route would be to potentially stick to the path that you guys can see before you.
All right, well, boys, how about we take a little peek-see and actually I look up to the sky. I forgot I can do this again. And I go, bang, bang! And I call down Jake. Then he'll come in flying in all coolly cool.
Fireball explodes in the sky, and from the fireball you see wings spread out, wreathed in those flames, and kind of glides on down to you, Rampu.
And say, buddy, and just give him a little nudge on his cool little forehead. So we got to figure out which way to go in this desert. So why don't you take a little sneaky peek up in the sky as discreetly as you can, and let us know what you see. I'll send them up.
Yeah, you send Jake on up to the sky, and as he's flying up and up and up, you guys watch him fly higher and higher and higher, and still he becomes just a fraction of the way up the side of this mountain that you guys have to climb up before you, or scale before you. As he climbs or flies higher and higher, you can see him kind of swooping around, kind of goes inwards towards the mountains where there's a overhang, and he kind of disappears for a moment. Couple of minutes go by, and then he swoops back off the side of the cliffs and kind of nosedives back down to you all. Make a perception check as he's up there on his character sheet, on his stat block.
Okay. Perception is wisdom. So. Nat 20.
Woo!
Nice. As
What a
Jake flies on up there, he looks and observes the side of the mountain, and he sees up the top of the spires where there's a cliff entrance, or a cave entrance rather. Shocks and flashes of lightning illuminates that before him, as he climbed all the way up to the top. But as he swooped back down and went over that overhang, he could see in there a valley kind of switchbacks, rocky, kind of craggy paths leading up through the mountains. There was an area that he noticed between some of the switchbacks and some of the paths where it almost seemed like a glowing kind of water liquid was within that, and kind of had this miasma to it, this kind of ethereal, kind of misty-ness to it. And as he kind of observes all of this, kind of goes back down, he notices there's this beautiful path that kind of carves into the side of the mountain that will lead you guys to there, which will take you through there and then take you up to the spires up to the very top. Of course, this might take you a little bit of time to do, but it's absolutely safer than scaling the side of the mountain, which you could do and get directly there. But as tall as it is and dangerous of a route that is, and of course, as he was up there, he noticed even the weather, the wind patterns and everything was changing a bit. It seems very perilous to go that route, and so as he flies on down, he gives you like the recognition and the kind of direction and urge for you guys to go through these switchbacks and to take your time to get up there. See, of course, he also didn't notice any other parties or people up there.
All right. Well, when he comes back down and give a little good boy, because that was a fantastic description. And I tell the crew, Jake found the path. So far, we seem to be alone. Doesn't mean we can't be found, but if we follow through that way, and I point where Jake just showed me, we should be able to cut through.
All right. Heck yeah.
I think that's a good
All
idea.
right. Well, then, let's get everybody going. Lurk, big boy, you look good. Everybody else, come on.
After you, Captain.
Yeah, totally. All right, let's hit it. And I start leading the way.
Switchbacks it is.
All right, so to the right is where I'm sorry, Jake was explaining like where you guys could potentially climb up the side of the mountain and get there directly, but over here in this direction, which you guys can't see unless you climb on over there, is where the path to the switchbacks are, up to the left.
Up and to the left, or just to the
Correct.
left?
Up and to the left.
Oh, up and to the left. Okay.
Yeah, so we start. I would find the. How high up are these walls?
Right here, they're not very tall, but yeah, there's this path. You can go up the side right there. It's just there's a bank, off the side of that kind of follows the wall.
Got it. Okay, so yeah, I'll do that, and I'll stick towards the edge here. Make sure we're good.
All right, Rampu begins to lead the way. The rest of you guys all trail right behind.
Yep.
Yeah. Clicked right behind Rampo.
All right.
I'm like second from the back.
All right, as you guys
Jake is
yeah,
with me.
perfect. All right, Rampu, as you lead the pack, go ahead and what do you begin to do?
So I'm gonna go where Jake told us to go, and from time to time, have them just keep up to the sky, just because this type of world setting is very similar looking. So I want to make sure that we don't get, desert vision and start going in circles. So from time to time, he's gonna make sure in the sky that we're getting close to where he was leading us to.
Perfect. Yeah, as Jake kind of begins to kind of lead you in the direction, Rampu, as well, to kind of show you exactly that path that he found. He takes you on up to like the base of where that path begins, and as you realize as you get here, it seems like a very kind of cliffside kind of switchback path that kind of is carved into the mountain and just kind of goes up the side of it. As you guys are standing at the base, is kind of obfuscated from as you guys were looking down upwards to be able to see that area right there. But as you now begin to stand at the base fully here, you can see this path goes on up and winds around the corner, and you guys let me switch you on over here, begin to climb and ascend up the mountains in the Craglands. Let's see if this works. Okay. So, as you guys
Oh, that's so cool.
begin to enter into this kind of switchback kind of area, lightning pulses out around. The trail kind of bends up around. You can see every time the lightning kind of flashes, the rocks kind of glow faintly with this kind of blue kind of light as the lightning kind of arcs between the jagged pillars up above. And the mountains before you just kind of rise up like a jagged wound torn into the sky, and you see, this path before you that you guys are able to climb. The air is, still thick with that kind of copper and rain kind of smell, and you can still kind of feel that slight rhythmic kind of pulse underneath your feet, as I mentioned before.
All right. Well,
let's keep going.
Yeah, I'm going to send Jake up one more time to take a look up further out now that we're here.
All right, yeah. As Jake kind of flies on up, he sees the path before you is rather clear for the time being. No signs of, any... Actually, go ahead and make a perception check with him as he kind of flies on up.
Okay. Alright, that was Whiz 17.
All right. Yeah, as he kind of flies on up there, he's observing the path before you guys, make sure there's no unwanted creatures or just make sure the path is all clear and good to go. Does notice that there is kind of an area maybe 3 or 4 tiers up from where you guys are standing now. The edging of the cliffside or the pathway looks like a little precarious. There's a little bit of a loose stone area up there.
Well, can you see about how far that area goes?
About like 4 tiers up from where you guys are currently.
Sure.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
It might be worth for Manto to use his little flying boots and, for Jake to help the rest up. Those stones are very dangerous.
Yeah, I don't
What do
disagree.
you guys think? All right, well, you want to get up there first, Manto? And then I'll start sending Jake up?
Absolutely. And I start clicking my heels saying, there's nothing like flying. There's nothing like flying. My ruby red winged boots as I begin to take off, flying up to the top of this jagged cliff area.
Okay. So, Manto, you fly on up there alone then, kind of observing this spot that Jake called out to you all. As you make your way on up there, Manto, you see this kind of figure before you, and you have to kind of squint and adjust your eyes for a moment as you look at this figure, and it's kind of a shimmer in the air, like a heat distortion, or on emanating off a cold rock or something, and then you see the full shape of this distortion, and you're looking at like an echo of yourself. You see these kind of blurred edges, and it's almost like someone tried to paint you from memory but couldn't really remember the details exactly.
I feel like I just kind of stop in my tracks when I see this, and I'm just standing there, like, with eyes, like, taken aback, shocked, really don't know how to feel. I'm just taking it all in. Does it seem like it was created to be hostile?
As you kind of like look at it, you are observing it, you're trying to, gain your insight from it, and you see its eyes kind of lag behind its face by a heartbeat, and the shadows that are casting from it, they point and fall in the wrong direction, and its movements as you take a step closer to kind of observe it, it kind of takes a step closer as well, and it kind of is in sync with you, but not quite. And then beneath the wind somewhere you hear this kind of stuttering melody, this kind of rhythmic humming kind of sound, and the creature before you kind of stands silent, this double of you, kind of just like waiting.
Waiting, like, for me?
It seems to be actually with your passive insight, I would say that you kind of gain like this feeling that it's like trying to learn from you. It's like it's mimicking you and like recording you almost.
I would, and I, just to confirm, because it appears I'm about 15 feet from it on the map. Is that accurate? 15, 20 feet?
Yeah, I'd say so. Sure.
I would inch up even closer, 10 feet. Not within a normal melee range of 5 feet, but I would see if it does anything else, and so I just continue to observe.
Make a intimidation check as you do that.
Oh, interesting. Let's see. I just want to confirm. Is that based off exhaustion? Is that with
-2.
disadvantage? Okay, so it's just -2.
Yeah. Each level exhaustion is -2.
Intimidation check. All right. Hell yeah, 1. A dirty 1. Not even a nat 1.
Oh my god.
It steps closer to you, and closer, and closer, and closer until its face is inches from yours, and you feel something brush inside of your skull as if it's studying you in your mind, and it whispers, "Recording updated." The image kind of fizzles out and fades before you and disappears.
I'd go back to the top of the cliff and yell down to the guys. So you coming?
Let's do it.
Alright,
And I look at Jake and I try to see who's the lightest between Crick and Langston. And I'm guessing Langston by a lot. So I signaled him to take Langston first.
oh, cool.
Crick's like a third of the size.
You guys
of
don't need to
Langston.
fly, by the way. You can walk up the sides. There's a path.
It's not fun.
Oh, okay. I thought you said it was like loose that we could fall. So.
Oh, that was like
Scary.
multiple tiers up.
Oh, okay. Okay.
That's what Mantico
we'll start-
try to observe potentially.
Got it. We'll
That's
start
sidetracked.
walking up.
All right. These guys go around the path, Rampu.
Oh, god damn it.
As you guys make your way around the switchbacks, climbing up the ascent here, one by one, you guys make your way on up here, and I'll move you, Crick and Lurk. And as you guys all make your way on up here, Langston, you're probably the first one to make your way around the corner, it appears. You turn and you are abruptly met with this vision, this shimmering kind of clone-looking version of yourself, almost. Same kind of stance, scarf. This one's just, he looks kind of hollowed out, though, as if time or madness has eaten through its soul, and as it kind of watches you, its lips kind of twitching like it's trying to speak through a bad connection. And you just kind of watch this thing right in front of you.
Cool. I start seeing if it's gonna mimic me, and I'll like hold my how it's like looks like me. I'll like hold my hand out to the side to see if it like follows in turn.
Yeah, as you guys all kind of turn around the crest of this ridge here, each one of you guys sees not, you don't see Langston or Manto kind of mimic in front of them. You guys all see its own kind of version of yourself, like this kind of resonant echo of you guys. This kind of, it looked like, as I mentioned to Manto before, it looks like someone trying to paint you from memory, but couldn't remember all the details. The edges are warped and kind of shimmer like a heat distortion. And yeah, Langston, as you kind of lift up your one hand, the creature that you see, the being before you that looks like you, withered away kind of strange version, also lifts up the same hand.
Okay.
And anyone else can, you guys can all kind of jump in at the same, do whatever you want to. But yeah, Langston, is there? Because you guys all kind of see your own versions of this happening.
And they've all seen us.
Yes, it seems like the being, like Crick, you see like a tiny version.
Yeah, so
of
there's
yourself.
like 5 and 5 just staring at
It's
each
not
other.
5 and 5. You each see one being
I only
in
see
front
one.
of you. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna put up my hand, see if it does the same thing I do.
Yeah, and I'll also note, Langston, Rampu, when you saw Langston lift up his hand, the being didn't do anything, but when you lift up your hand, it looks like a kind of dragonborn kind of face, scales kind of falling off a little bit, drenched in water, it appears. It lifts up its hand as well. And Langston, as you kind of look over too, you watch its hand lift up. As its hand lifts up, the scarf that it's wearing, blood seems to begin to float up into the air, like reverse rain.
Okay, but so it's like its scarf is covered in blood. I'll look at mine and be like, okay, we're good. I think I might do something a little crazy at the moment. So I want to manifest my spear and see what it does when I do that.
Okay. As you go pull out this beautiful radiant spear of light, it also seems to do like the same kind of movement and motions in hand, but what you just see is this kind of fragmented, kind of glitchy, dark umbral version of it appear in its hands.
Okay, but still, like it's still copying me, just not like everything that I am, because so it's not a full clone. It's like
go and make either. I'll let you choose between the three here. Make either an insight, perception, or arcana check here, and whatever you decide might determine a different outcome.
I would like to do insight.
Okay.
That's a dirty 20.
Nice.
I don't suck today, y'all. Today's a good day for me.
Yeah, you notice that this kind of glitchy,
1 out of 365.
Yeah, this glitchy like replicate of you. It's a version of you, but it is wrong. It's incomplete, and it's like someone tried to recreate you from memory, but missed all the important parts. And it also just feels like this kind of like a fragmented nightmare version of you as well. And as you kind of observe this, it kind of flickers between two silhouettes. It flickers between seeing you as you are kind of currently, and then twitches and glitches and flickers to you kind of lit in these red kind of robes. And as you observe the robes, you notice that they're actually stitched from flesh, and it kind of glitches to that side. The blood kind of rises up again, floating up to the air, and you can hear it kind of whisper in your mind, "Your God watches. Your father waits. One of them will claim you."
Oh, cool. Tell Dad he can suck it. I say this out loud with no one, so you guys just hear me go, "Tell Dad he can suck it," with absolutely no context. And what can I? So this thing is kind of fucking with me. So it has my scarf, and it can kind of clone what I can do. Can I use a divinity charge to try and divine spark this thing?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I'd like to rip that at it and just like, because it's giving off like, whatever blood, dark magic shit. I'm just gonna be like, all right, well, can you do this then? Keep my father's name out your fucking mouth, and I'll just like rip a divine spark at it.
How does that look when you do that?
This thing fired me up, so I think I like whip my scarf around really sassily, like it's fucking go time. And then I just like keep my hands together, and then I like slap my scarf and then just aim a hand at it, like still keeping one kind of like monk-esque in the middle of my chest, and then just like release the energy and radiance at it and be like, let's see how you fucking tangle with this.
Hell yeah. Make a religion check and do it with advantage.
Sweet deal. Roll.
As you kind of assert
That's
yourself
26.
here, yeah, as a chosen of Saluna, not a sacrifice of Baal or of one of Baal's ill will. You let out this radiance defiantly, and it shimmers through the core of this being, this echo, and it kind of shimmers out, phasing in and out as it glitches right before your eyes, and you see Langston as this being completely vanishes away from the scene before you. As you look down, you notice there's a slight glow pulsing from your heart, and
Ooh.
I'll leave it at that for now. As Rampu and Crick and Lurik, you guys still see this being here and mimicking you guys.
I look over at Langston and then the crew, and I say, guys, I don't like these guys.
They're not cool. So I've like mine is gone now. My visage has now dissipated.
Yeah, and kind of this thunderous flash after you let out that radiant energy.
Cool. So they didn't see anything. I'm just gonna be like, I think whatever was haunting me is quelled. I'm just gonna say, stand your ground in who you are, and like slam my spear when I do that to kind of like give my friends and companions the push. And I'm just gonna also utter, that is not you. It wants to be, it's not you.
I look at it, and mine's all soaked and stuff. It's like, yeah, you want to be me? The hell with that. I'm gonna take a swipe at it with my scimitar speed.
Nice.
I nearly attuned scimitar speed.
I'll have you make an athletics check as you do this, as an ability check for it, to see what exactly happens. As you kind of are staring at this being, and as you watch it staring back at you, it also seems to draw out a blade and approach you with this intent. It's dripping with this water, and it scales.
20
It scales. Dimension as it kind of gets closer and closer to you, looking like dead in the eyes. It scales ripple with these kind of phantom currents, and for a moment you see the black eyes kind of reflect nothing back at you, except for this one singular vast eye beneath the sea of swords. And then it twitches as you stab your blade through its stomach, and you hear these words as it kind of collapses the weight onto you. We saw you sink. We tasted your fear. You belong to the Deep One. And its vision kind of distorts and snaps and disappears, flashing out of here. And you feel like this recentering of yourself. As you kind of, as Langston told you, you needed to stand your ground and be defiant in who you are, who Rampu truly is. And as you saw this being drenched in that water, you know that's who you could have been, but that's not who Rampu is.
I smile, look at the crew. Say, and only you can tell yourself who you are. Not that goddamn doctor. Not any stupid creations. Stand your ground. Let the Stormbreakers rage through.
As your vision kind of disappears in front of you, Ramp 2, Crick kind of still standing, staring at the figure before him. It appears in this kind of low resolution kind of look. Its joints kind of misrendered, like someone read the blueprints wrong to create you. And as you look at you, you see this kind of like almost like a cuckoo clock opening on your chest. A cavity kind of opens up and flickers with this kind of glowing sigil. As you see that black talon insignia beating inside your chest.
So like, Rampu just walked up to somebody and stabbed air. Langston just kind of like electric bolt in the middle of nowhere. As Crick just kind of slowly starts walking up to this thing, and as I get close, like I'm trying to figure out if this is related to the monster's tricks, because I know it's super psionic and all of that good stuff, or is this kind of like the same essence and feeling? Because I remember we mentioned like water, like glistening water kind of up here, that big eye that we saw in the ocean, right? Like because I remember we all had a feeling and there was visions. Crick didn't get anything, he had the, but like is there any sense or anything that I can kind of segment what this is coming from, or is it just the doctor being crazy?
Yeah, make an Arcana check.
Damn.
Is that a 27, I see?
It's a big day.
Yeah, you guys are rolling nice. Alright, yeah, so you kind of, as you're looking at this thing, you hear this sound, as I mentioned to you guys, you kind of recognize this distorted melody that you're hearing as well, this kind of rhythmic humming and vibrations. And it's this almost the same resonance pattern from the meteor crater just before you guys arrived at the Great Hunt. Almost exactly that same kind of groove rhythm that the Titan's Echo was using. It's only rawer, more unrefined or unfinished. Like, with the 27, I'll just say, yeah, it feels like something is trying to copy your guys' memories, or your memories, and it's not complete, and it's not exactly doing it fully exactly right. Maybe it's not the first draft exactly, but yeah, these doubles aren't exactly visions. They are memory imprints being pulled out of your mind and played back to you all in real time.
The crater being where we got the mind crystal.
Correct.
The thing was.
Correct.
From the Elder Brain. Okay. Feeling that sensation, Crick is very upset now. And he is gonna rip... I'm just gonna rip a fireball at it. Kind of initially. Does he also sense any connection between the ring that Langston has and this beast?
Say there seems to be a how to say this? Kind of like not not necessarily. You do not. You really
Okay.
What you feel from the ring is that there is, psionic and that kind of arcane energy within it, but these beings here almost are like potentially that the crystal was something that was able to, that you guys found was something that held that echo into the Sonic Titan's head, but it's not necessarily what's creating this kind of
Going, yeah.
recording or whatever right now.
Okay. But it's potentially different from the doctor's stuff. Okay. Yeah.
I'll add, with your kind of 27 here. It seems to, it can't be just a coincidence that that asteroid was so close to this planet here, and that it seems to be creating and pulling the hunters from you guys here, your guys' psionic, your memories and your thoughts, and creating these feedbacks, recordings of it's almost like, like I said, like it seems like he's, or like a recording of you guys is being created.
Okay. So I'm gonna rip this firebolt at it, and then as soon as I rip the firebolt, like, I'm actually not necessarily focused on the being, because I remember we had Dove Man or whatever ran away from the scene, and we saw somebody else there.
The man from the Magic Caravan.
God, the man from the Magic Caravan. There's the Nat 1 that we've been waiting on with all these hot rolls. But like, as I Nat 1 that, it's like, is there a Magic Caravan here as well?
Yeah. So as you kind of, right as you're about to shoot off this firebolt, you hear this voice, kind of like yours, but more like, I guess yours is kind of very robotic in a sense, but it's like a factory default version of it. Prototype, autonomous, record, unstable, purpose to observe, creator, unknown, and then kind of glitches, or forgotten, and then kind of turns and snaps its head in your direction as you kind of shoot that firebolt and it misses. You hear this glitchy whisper, "Why did they abandon you, Crick?" And then kind of glitches again. "Why did they abandon you, Crick? Why did they abandon you, Crick? Why did they abandon you, Crick?" And it just kind of keeps going over and over again until finally the figure kind of fades away before you.
Like, Crick, like, as it's saying that, is running towards it, and as it fades away, like, just as Crick gets there, and he starts just, like, punching the ground.
I would see this. I'm like, Crick, there's nothing there. And I try to pull them back.
It's like, you're right. There's nothing there right now.
As you guys kind of run on over to that direction, Manto, you're still kind of standing back and watching all this. You, of course, have seen them kind of all interact in their own kind of way, take steps forward and whatnot. As you kind of are standing there and watching their backs, from behind their backs, another one of these figures appears, kind of mimicking you once again, kind of jittering a little bit, and its limbs moving out of sync. Behind it, kind of, as you see the rest of the party kind of vanishes in front of your eyes, and flickering behind him is these silhouettes of this lost planet, these green lands, broken obelisk tower, and drifting psionic webs kind of interweaving. And then a familiar kind of psionic, psychic kind of chord kind of resonates through your skull. We remember the hive. We remember your fear. We remember making the great old one. And then kind of a whisper coming, almost sounding like behind you. Does Sardonicus remember too? Samantha, as you see this figure and you hear these words, how do you react?
Where is it currently? located?
It's like right behind Rampu and Crick. Like their bodies vanished in front of you, and where you see where their bodies were is like this kind of silhouette of like the broken obelisk of what you can kind of picture as maybe what the Dream Nexus maybe was, or where you guys gathered those powers, the psionic powers from that being.
Would I know that despite them not physically being there in my appearance, or not visually being there in my appearance, they are there physically?
Crick and Rampu.
Yes.
Yeah, I would say it's kind of like a hologram playing out before you, kind of thing.
Okay.
It appears, but it's very real to you, of course.
I would kind of move over here. Right there. And try and blast it with my laser pistol.
All right. As it kind of like also doubles back as well, puts one of its hands to its hip, and quickly draws out this kind of black, like same kind of like miasma, kind of like ethereal, smoky, wispy, shadow version of the pistol. It takes a blast at you as well. But go ahead and make I'll let you do a wisdom check of sorts for this, since you're using psionics kind of thing, or I guess your pistol isn't psionics actually. Make an arcana check.
So -2, correct?
Oh, is that what your arc? Oh yeah, for the exhaustion, correct.
9.
9. As you go and take the shot, you watch as the shadow kind of echo version of yourself shoots as well, and this black kind of laser shot hits you and strikes you, and you feel yourself kind of lock up, and the static kind of fills your mind, and you just hear all these kind of whispers, thousands and thousands of whispers, all in a Thrycreen language, calling out to you, and you can just feel the cries and sorrow of all your people in that moment of your planet becoming sundered and losing all that they have stored and built up to do, and in this beautiful utopia that they've created. And with that, the creature kind of blasts at you, and you feel that kind of static filling your mind. And as it takes that shot, and you kind of have to adjust your eyes for the moment, you see it blurring in front of you more and more until it fades away once again. And after that happens, and Manto takes that shot here, the whole ridge kind of lights up in this thunderous flash. And for a heartbeat, this kind of figure stands up on the ridge before you guys, behind, or a little bit higher up from where you guys are. You see this man in a cloak. He's kind of standing there. And as he's standing there, you watch as a dove kind of flies with its wings going in reverse back down to his hands, almost like you're watching like a dream in reverse happening. And as that happens, it flies into his hands, landing there, and you hear this distorted voice as it kind of frizzles and glitches there. Recording in progress. Dress incomplete. Continue the hunt. You guys can feel this kind of humming, static vibration happening, and the figure up on the ridge and the figure before Manto all vanishes and disappears, and you guys are left here. The little bit of resonant kind of psionic hum still lingering around, but no other figures in your vicinity anymore.
What did he say again? Continue the hunt?
Yes.
As that, Crick kind of looks up and he just kind of says to everybody, maybe what we're doing isn't the real hunt.
Yeah,
And
sounds like
that's the same guy from the other place, right? With the doves,
Yeah, as you
same
kind of
sense.
observe, it seems like you guys couldn't make out details of that figure, but it seemed to actually be playing in reverse, like what you guys saw prior on that meteor, on that asteroid.
Looks to be like maybe the hunt has taken over us with these androids or whatever.
Maybe we have another question for the doctor after we get through this.
Will he tell us, though? I feel like after everything, and if he is, as mad as he is, I don't know if he'll share anything with us, but I mean, we can try.
Don't worry. There's ways to make a man talk.
I mean, you're right. That's fair. Well, do we just kind of put Dove Man in the back of our minds for now and just keep on keeping on?
There's like no
Yes.
trace of any like burnt stone or anything around us. It's just completely gone.
And no signs of anything of the sort. Everything seemed extremely...
Anything we see here is definitely meant to get in our heads. So take everything with a grain of salt. Everything. And I get back to leading the way.
The faster we get through this, the faster we'll get real answers.
Before
Exactly.
we take another step, and you guys see Lurik, who's been kind of standing behind everyone. He's looking a bit shaken, more so than he, already is, considering everything he's gone through. He looks back at you guys as you guys begin to ascend further up. Wait, I'm not so sure about this, guys. I'm not sure what you all just experienced, but there's something afoot here.
Yeah. Some evil doctor playing tricks with our minds.
Looks over at you, Rampu. What happened to you?
It was like a copy of me, but it wasn't me. Just looked very wet. And I put my hand up, put its hands up, and I felt like it was trying to be me, but it wasn't me. And I just felt that my inner strength, I'd be able to fight it off by, pulling out my scimitar and stabbing it to death. Like figuratively and literally, I think.
Kind of looks
What
at
happened to you?
Kind of shakes his head after you hear his end, and you ask him what happened to him. There was like a version of me, but it wasn't me. But I don't know. He looked like me, but stretched, like put on a stretcher and just pulled out. My limbs slightly too long, tall where I shouldn't be. My admin stretched out, and I could see this kind of the faintest kind of demonic outline shining through it, and it just felt like I heard this voice, and I know it's this place just getting to us and all this, but it made it sound as though if I make another misstep, I'm going to be joining Grotz and just succumbing to him and following him, and I don't know. There sounds like there's something. I don't know. I think we're in trouble here.
Listen, I feel like whatever that's being shown to us is a worst case scenario. That's only if we end up alone, separated from the group. Just notice in your vision, it's just you, right?
Yeah.
So that means we all died somehow or abandoned you, which you're not going to do. So As long as we find a way for us to all stay alive and together, ain't going anywhere.
I don't know. I heard a voice just say that I take a step closer every day to being right by the side of the crown, and not the crown that I want to be on the side of.
Again, we're clearly making progress. And this doctor is very intimidating right now. We're in its head.
Is this the same for all of you guys? It kind of points to each one of you guys.
I mean, yeah, kind of just saying, you know, in my case, it said either my deity is waiting for me or my deity is expecting me, my father's waiting for me, which is why you heard me yell stuff about my dad. I don't want to let myself be defined by what others want for me or think I'm meant to be. I know who I am. And I don't think your faith is that easily shaken where you're going to let some visage of a worst case scenario define who you are. Unless you don't believe or have faith in Torn that much anymore. Do you? Is your faith swayed that easily? In either your god or us?
No, it's not that. It's Gratz and his influence. Look, I have faith in Torm, but I'm not ignorant to the fact of the powers of the Abyss.
I mean, we can acknowledge that they're powerful, but I don't think a man or group of our caliber would be swayed so easily. It's always a possibility, but if we exist in fear of the possibilities, then we can't live and do what we need to.
With fiends
That's
and
right.
demons and the Prince of Pleasure himself, it's not necessarily what I want to do, but the demands and will that they might place upon myself. But I hear you, Langston, and I keep the faith, and I'm keeping it. Kind of holds up the iron gauntlet and pounds his heart. I'm keeping it close to heart, and I know one step at a time, and to not step into the darkness. And as long as I'm kind of looks around at you guys. Sorry, yeah, I just needed. Thanks for talking me through that, Langston. He kind of reassures himself as he looks at all you guys, and the light kind of comes back to him.
Hey, it wasn't just me, and I'll like head to our captain, my captain, as well. Be like, we're all here. You're fine.
When he says that, I look to see if he actually looks sincere, or if he's just saying that.
Make an insight check.
Oh, so insightful. 25.
Jesus Christ.
Jesus.
Every time. Yeah, no, his energy and his charisma certainly isn't as high level as it was. It's not all there as it was prior, but he seems sincere to what he's saying. You know, he's a little shaken, of course, given the events of what transpired. It's quite a surprise, but he does seem sincere with what he says.
He's shaking, not stirred. Okay. Cool. So I don't say anything. And I say, well, guys, we do got to keep moving.
I kind of am frozen there, still thinking about what I guess my mirror image of me was saying. What he said, was he referring to the beast when he says the great old one? Was he referring to the beast that the Thrycreen kind of imprisoned on Layrisk that kind of caused Layrisk to shatter?
You would imagine that is the reference.
That's a deep cut.
Mm-hmm.
And when he finished with saying that Dr. Zarkon, I guess, remembered too, is he trying to insinuate that maybe the doctor, even though originally I would have assumed that what happened was partially at the fault of the Thrycreen. But is that last sentence kind of insinuating that maybe Dr. Zargonicus had something to do with the shattering of Liverisk and wiping out the Thrycreen race on my planet?
Yeah. Make an insight check.
I think I have high insight with my exhaustion. 18.
Nice. All right. Yeah. So with that in mind, there's really no doubt in your mind that Sardonicus had to have something to do with it, and it really comes to you of like this being was a creation, an abomination, aberration, monstrosity that. A bastardization of nature that should never have been created, and thus, when it was, needed to desperately be imprisoned because it couldn't be defeated alone. And Sardonicus, more than likely, being the one that created it, you're not necessarily sure if it was, him that had to imprison it or the Thrycreen themselves that had to do it, but Sardonicus certainly had a hand in all of it.
Yeah. I would have seen the guys kind of start to move, and like I get kind of pissed off. My sharpened canines are kind of like poking through like my upper lip. My hair's kind of like tense up, and I'm shaking. And I'm like, all right, let's get this fucking job done.
Yeah? Go time?
Fucking go time.
All
Let's go,
right.
dude.
All right.
I don't know what
So
your
we all
vision
get
was, but I'm
together?
loving the energy.
Well, the energy and passion's certainly there. Body's still trying to keep up with that, though. Boy,
Alright, we'll
I
get you
could do a
there.
thing or two to this fucking doctor right now.
I checked to see if any drones have made it near us, if any of those flying things to record us, or if there's anything nearby.
Make a perception check.
19.
I just kind of observe all around. You have the mountains, the crags like to your left, and the open rest of the planet to your right. And you guys, it's beginning to make your way on up a little bit. As you kind of look up, you don't observe anything on the ridge or on the edge of the mountain here. And as you kind of look out, it's hard to make out details along the horizon. But just above, like, the fog of the swamp and everything, you can see a pinprick of like a red dot kind of floating around and moving around in the air, pointing in your guys' direction.
Okay. So if we were to give like an estimation of feet away from us at this moment.
Oh, it's quite far. It'd probably
That we
1,000 feet.
at
Maybe.
least 1,000?
Yeah.
Okay. I'll like point that out to everybody and just like gesture that like, hey, it's over there, and I'll just mutter, be like, surely they don't have audio that far away, right? Like that'd be. This dude's like good, but like he's not that good.
I'd
Agreed.
assume he sees and hears everything.
Alrighty then. Well,
Hope he does, because I agree. He's not that good. He's kind of stupid. He's replicas of us. We're lame. And when we finish kicking his stupid creatures' asses, we're going to collect our reward. And it better be good, or else we're coming for him.
Yeah,
Or better.
that's the only way we'll go after him. Crick kind of mutters to himself.
Crick murdered. Oh god.
Yeah, this crew is getting very dark. But maybe I'm just happy because I slept so good. But anyways,
I'm here
get the
for it.
hell off this cliff. I start moving.
Let's push on.
All right. Rampu, you keep on walking.
Keep on walking.
All right. As Rampu keeps on walking and leading you guys on up here, kind of begins to go around the corner and makes your way up another one of these switchbacks. And as you make your guys' way up to the next level here, Rampu turns around and takes a step and shit. You guys forgot about those loose fucking rocks. Rampu, I need you to make a dex save.
God damn it. Okay. Nice. Make the save. Dex. There you go. Dirty 20.
Nice. Rampu kind of turns around the corner, and you guys watch as he begins to lead you guys on up. Kind of turns around to kind of make sure everyone's in line, and as he does, he takes his right foot, steps it on one of the edges, and it gives a little bit. And as it gives, Rampu, your body weight begins to shift as if it's about to fall off the cliffside right there. But how do you recover yourself and keep afoot?
I look like I'm about to go down. All of a sudden, do one of these. I got it. And I look over.
Works like it with no
I
hands.
do
That's
keep-
impressive. You can do that.
That's right. I'd be a dragonborn to do that. No hands. And I keep on moving. So watch out for the rocks, boys.
So Rampu kind of points out the one area that's completely fallen out now. The rocks are completely, collapsed down hundreds of feet down to the ground. And you guys narrowly, kind of go around that area. He leads you up and around these switchbacks for a little bit longer, following this path as it goes higher and higher. And as you guys are traveling this path, any other conversations or anything that you guys would like to do before I switch you on over to a next scene, perhaps?
I'm trying to get off of these rocks.
Trying to get your rocks off?
That's right.
Trying to get off rocks.
Now hold on.
Alright, as you guys continue to push on up then, leading, Jake kind of showing Rampu the route that he saw as you guys continue on up here. And as you make your way on up, you kind of push over the edge of the cliff, finally not on the edge of it, but kind of making your way to a plateau a bit, halfway about or so up this cliff. And as you make your way on up here, there's this greenery and verdant kind of trees clinging on the edge of the cliffs here. As you make your way on up fully, you see like these glowing pools of water in between these cliffs that you guys must travel across, of course, to continue on. And it kind of just has this air to it. This I've been describing it as kind of iron, kind of rain-like smell around here. It kind of like has this kind of like minerally kind of smell as you get on over here. You see the basin, this glowing pool, kind of churning with these bits of colors, rippling with these impossible hues. But yeah, that mineral kind of metallic-y kind of smell in the air. And it's pretty much what you see as you guys make your way on into this area for now. Lots of stone and bushes and trees and whatnot as well.
I look around. I tell Jake, you know what to do, buddy. Stealthily. But first, actually, I'm gonna move the crew over to this tree over here. Get some cover while he does that.
As we're up here now, is there any signs that like the beast has moved through here? Because if I recall, it does like a patrol or something every now and then. Is there any like signs that something large has kind of moved around here? And I kind of keep a look out for that as we move through this area.
Yeah, make a survival check as you do that. And yeah, as you guys kind of Rampu leads you guys on over here closer to the water. With a 19, nice. As you're looking around, any signs of like a large creature? You remember this quadrupedal creature from the hologram that was shown from you guys. Do not see any imprints or signs of trees knocked over or anything like that for something that could possibly be that size. And even as you're like looking at this little rocky crossing before you, you'd be quite hard to imagine a creature of that size crossing that. And so yeah, where you're looking right now, you don't seem to sense that this is a hunting ground of the nightmare beast or anything like that. But as you guys do make your way on over to this tree over here and kind of get closer and closer to the water, you do kind of see that the rocks around the water here, the stone, seems to have like these groaned faces in them. There's these twisted mouths, half-formed noses, bulging mineral eyes. It's like something tried to force the rock to live, but they gave him the people's elbow and it couldn't. No, but then gave up. And
God!
it's the Rudy Poo jabroni over here. Yeah, but their mouths and the faces and the rocks and everything. You see their mouths open and close in this kind of slow, silent agony. And again, you guys can kind of get closer over here. That faint hum vibrates deep in your bones.
All right. And when Jake flies up, does he see anything?
Depends on if he rolls nice on his perception.
Well, he's going to. Because he's Jake. Let's see what he do. 17.
Not bad, not bad. Yeah, as Jake kind of flies around and looks around for any signs of any kind of, what exactly is he looking for, actually?
He's looking for any creatures, other teams, anything that could potentially be a threat to us. Just anything of the sort like that.
Sure. Yeah, as he kind of flies around in this area, it's odd how quiet it truly is outside of those kind of groans, the kind of like a moaning sound coming from the stone faces and whatnot. They don't seem like fully be like moving, but like it's like they're like stuck in stone and kind of like stretching and aching and trying to move their jaws and whatever they can slightly. As Jake kind of observes that, kind of flies on by and looks around for anything else. He doesn't notice any other creatures in the area at all.
Oh. Okay, and those talking rocks, or not talking, those rocks with the faces, do they look like kind of like when we saw the people by the trees? Like, do they look like something turned them into these rocks?
Yeah, go ahead and make an investigation check.
Investigation. 16.
16, not bad. Yeah, they don't seem exactly the same. The to a degree they are very similar. Yes, like faces stuck within this kind of static, natural being. But it seems like they were like these just pushed aside mutations that the doctor created, or maybe just things that didn't fully work out, or maybe just things that he was trying out in general. As you see the faces, though, they seem to be closer to areas that had been potentially wet by this liquid in the basin below you.
Okay. So I look to the team. It's very important. Don't get wet. I have a feeling that's why these rocks look the way they do.
Like the water brought the rocks to life?
I think the rocks used to be people just like us before they got wet.
Oh, goodness.
Yeah, so
So
let's
if
not
you
go
get
for
wet, you turn to stone.
looks like it. So let's not get anywhere near that water, and let's not go for any swims.
Do the people in the rocks seem to be, like, responsive to us in any way, or are they literally just, like, they're solidified, you can see their faces and everything, but there's no movement, like with the trees? So I'm getting flashbacks, and I don't like it.
Yeah, you can make a make Arcana check if you want, or Insight. One of the two.
I'll go Arcana on this one. That's a 25. It is Langston's big day, everybody.
Jeez.
Yeah, buddy.
So, I'm sorry. Say exactly what you were asking again. I just want to make sure I answer it correctly.
Essentially, I'm looking to see if there's, like, any form of life within these, like, rock folk or people who are trapped and encased in their stone, or if they're just, like, cemented in history and have been turned to stone like a statue, because Langston is getting flashbacks from the forest with the tree people, who
Yeah, with this
sounded like
25
they
here,
were fighting for their lives.
it seems as though there has been kind of similar to like what Manto went under and everything, a sort of mutation that has happened here. Potentially, as like Rampu has mentioned, triggered by this liquid, whatever is in here, and not exactly sure. 25 is quite good. I'd say that yeah, Rampu is pretty on point with what he's saying here.
Okay.
Yeah, you're not exactly sure if you were to touch this liquid, if it would almost like melt your being, mutate you into becoming flesh to stone.
Okay. Super, and not the good kind of stone flesh. Yeah, yep, I agree with your Rampu. Good call. Thank you for pointing that out. No.
This is why I'm the captain.
That was
so yeah,
never in question.
Let's keep it moving. I see that bridge, and I see just. Does it look stable?
Make an investigation check.
I will help you on this.
It
I
doesn't
help him
look
with
stable from here.
you make it with advantage.
I want to
then, unless you want to also.
I want to be behind him with like one hand behind my back, like an old man leaning forward, like my gut's telling me.
19.
So like kind of as you're observing it and Langston's leaning over your shoulder, you're like, looks quite stable, and then Langston kind of points over your shoulder and is like, what about that spot right there? And you notice there's like kind of a what you notice, Langston, is on the side of it is a fracture, like a splinter in the stone. That this is all held together still and everything, but the integrity of it itself, once weight is placed on it, you're not exactly sure.
Okay. So maybe I look at Rampu and I'm like, maybe one at a time, and if you'd like, I can go first and try to mend a little bit to ensure stability, and if something happens, I have means of escape.
That's probably a good idea. I could also have Jake help carry people across if need
Jake
be.
can't fly with anyone on him until you're level 15.
What about Manto? What about Manto with his boots?
He is one size smaller than most people, and depends on his carrying capacity if he's able to, carry someone.
So it's just a
with that weight.
small crack going down the side, or it's
Correct.
like cracked all the way through?
It's cracked all the way through the side there. Yeah.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
yeah,
Well, then Langston,
listen,
do your thing.
yeah, I'll lead the charge. If something happens, we'll go from there. But definitely not multiple people. So I'll start. I'll do
wait, before you go,
Ah.
I'm gonna go to the ledge here, and I'm going to have Jake come with me. And I'm going to take out from my inventory a rope that I have. I'm going to tie one end to Langston's waist. That is nice. It's 50 feet, which is exactly what it takes to get across. I'm going to tie the other to my waist. And actually, I'm going to tie the other to Jake. And then I'm going to lean on Jake, pulling him back. So it's both of our weights. So just in case you fall off, you're fine.
So Jake gets yanked in instead of you. Perfect.
Well, you know, both.
Well,
I'm yanking
yeah, go on.
Jake because he has no arms. He can't hug me. So yeah, that's the move. And I look at Langston and say, just in case, you know,
yeah,
you're mending or anything happens.
I appreciate it. I look back at them and I just am like, all right, well, if anything happens, you know, don't worry, we'll figure it out from here. I yell, belay on, and then I start walking across the bridge, not even mountain climbing.
Nice.
Like that's what you yell, right? Belay on belay.
Yeah.
On
Very
belay.
good.
On
belay.
I was actually just listening to the song 2 days ago.
It's a great song.
Incredible. And then I'll like do like the toe touch, like you're gonna see how warm or cold the water is before you hop in, and I'll like do that on the bridge, and I'll be like, ooh, okay, all right, let's do it now. Just start strutting my stuff.
It's not on the
very,
water.
very slowly.
I thought
No,
you were
not
about
at
to say that to the water.
Yeah, right.
No, like
Yeah,
when you go to like get in a pool or
Other
something,
goes
you're
our
like,
cleric.
ooh, how hot or cold is it? Ooh, okay. Then it's just like testing the stability of the bridge.
It's stone cold.
Langston's foot
like-
turns into a rock. Yeah.
What?
All right. Langston puts his foot on the stone there and feels the stability underneath his feet. And with that, you go on, take another step.
5 more feet.
Okay.
Wait,
Oh.
Langston, before you continue on.
Yeah.
Why don't I
Already
cross
started.
first?
Well, why? Because I can mend this to make sure we all get across stably.
Yeah, I like
Okay.
that.
I also have means of escaping if needed. So,
Okay.
don't, you know, I'll like
Yeah,
jazz hand some lights, be like magically imbued, and then I'll like moonwalk another 5 feet.
Okay, so
So I
you
get
can
to
do
this
1
crack right
foot
here.
of mending per action.
Okay. So then I will begin. How big is this crack? Like, oh, I see it's like the siding and the main bridge itself.
Yeah,
Like,
it's a Reagan problem. Big crack problem. That's what I'm saying.
That is, yeah. That's yeah. No message was received. I was trying to be like, dang. So if we were to compute that to feet, good lord.
Yeah.
Okay, well,
an
I'll expend
epidemic.
1 action to try and start at least, and gauge how things sit from there. So I'll spend, you know, the 6 seconds to try and start mending this.
All right. As Langston goes on down, puts his hands down to use the weave to re-suture this this stone back together, meld it into one. Roll d20 for me real quick.
Okay. As I'm starting to mend, you do see I flip down my welder's mask and am just absolutely going to work. That's a 14.
Okay. Langston, you guys watch as he, after the first 6 to 10 seconds or whatever, gets this part of the stone, maybe like a quarter of the way across the top part of it mended. And how do you continue? Or what do you do?
Just keep like check in, make sure I'm stable, and just still keeping at it. I'm gonna try and just at least get this top part done. I'll roll the dice 1 more time to just see if I can. How many more actions would it take
It'll be
for me to?
4 more actions to fully mend the top,
Okay.
and I will need a d20 on each mending that you do.
Okay. Alrighty. I'm gonna go for it 1 more time to keep mending this.
Okay.
Can I use inspiration for this?
Fine. The stone keeps on melding on over here. No inspiration for this necessary. As you
Okay.
continue to push the stone melting back together like wax. And do you continue on?
I'm good doing one more.
All right. Langston looks back, gives you guys a thumbs up as he goes back and continues to mend here. And you see he's got more than half of this path in front of him, the surface of it, mended back together again. Structurally, a little bit more stable than it was prior, but of course, one faulty shake too big of one of those sonic rumbles you guys have been feeling. Who knows what could potentially happen still.
All right, and then so that was my third. This will be my fourth.
All right.
That is a 10.
Still kind of slowly moving his hand on over. You guys can see like flashes going as he scans on over, and you're 4/5 of the way from covering up that top level.
Cool. So wait, you said the top level's done now, or I need to do
4/5 of
one
the
more?
way. One more.
4/5? Oh my gosh! All right, fuck it, fuck it, Weeball. I live for it. I live for the hype. 11.
All right, yep. And with that one, Langston, you kind of go right to the edge there, and as your hand slips over the edge, it kind of kind of lose your posture for a moment, and your head kind of looks over the edge, and you see the miasma and the liquid kind of bubbling up, and kind of like have to scoot yourself back real quick as you see that kind of like the colorful churning of the surface down below you.
Cool. So I'll have that repaired. I'll gesture to the crew that I'm like, thumbs up, bridge is good, and then I will just be like, do you want me to try the side, or you think this is good?
I think this is good.
All right, still go one at a time, but hopefully this makes it easier for everyone else. And then I will step over where I just mended. I understand it makes it look like there was no damage, but I'm still just like invisible rope trick, see if they do it too. And I will just keep inching my way across every 5 feet or so. You tell me when you need something from me.
Yeah, Langston, you keep on inching your way across, and as you do, just roll one more d20 real quick.
Okie dokie. Boop.
And
17.
untie yourself once you get to the other end, and I'll tie the next one.
Yeah, so Langston, how do you make your way across?
Very just like ginger, like almost like sidestepping, like I'm shuffling my feet together,
gingerly.
like my.
You can say gingerly.
Yeah, very gingerly, as one ginger to another. Yes, that's what we do. That's how we move.
You can say it.
And also, it's literally my character has red hair, so whatever we're gonna fucking do.
Let's
So I gingerly just scoot my way on across, just making sure the thing's holding up, and kind of just testing if there are any other areas I need to look out for warning everybody when they hit a point.
Okay, and
I'll untie the rope.
Tie himself.
And then I'll think you mean throw it back, so I try to throw it as far as I can, and it makes it here. And
I literally
shit.
just look at him all ashamed, and I just start pulling it myself.
Oh yeah, right. Ropes to it. Yep. Good call.
And I then tie it over to Crick. I say, Cricky, you're next, buddy.
Absolutely. Crick's gonna start walking slowly over across the bridge. Once he gets to the mending spot, though, he's gonna look over Langston's work, and he's gonna kind of mend a little extra on the one side, mend a little extra on the other side, just make sure it's actually nice and high and tight.
Love it. Go roll.
I didn't have time for architecture, Chris. What do you want from me?
Roll 2 d20s for me.
2 d20s.
So you kind of sit there for a little bit of time, 12, 15 seconds or so. 18 and 4. Okay. All right. Crick continues his way on across as he, continues to patch up Langston's work behind. He stands up and you kind of scuttle a couple rocks off the surface right there. You feel as you kind of kick up a bit of the surface. Nothing too detrimental or anything to the integrity of the bridge or the path. but it kind of notes that to yourself, at least, that yeah, this thing really isn't held together all that strong right now. And yeah, Crick makes his way on across though, safely and securely. As he's doing that, who's up next?
I would have Crick untie himself, pull the rope back. I look over at Lurk. I said, buddy, your turn.
Kind of looks down to his fist and up to the sky. Well, all right.
I tie the rope around him.
Kind of looks
Don't
at
worry,
you
we
as
got
you're tying the rope. He's like, no, I have faith. And he kind of pulls it off and lets you, kind of gets you to not tie it. Langston's right. I can't be unwavered.
I don't think he means. Never mind. Just do what you
Not
want.
like that.
Faith is faith regardless, Langston. I have to try.
I don't think you have to. No one's really forcing you there, buddy. But you do need to get
You know what?
moving. So
Let him
Go
do
on.
it. 2 thumbs up, I believe.
He begins to cross and looks down at the patched crack. Crick, nice job. And then keeps on walking up. Let's
You gotta be shitting me.
Crick's got his like hand on Langston's back as he says that. It's like, yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah, no, I did the majority. Sorry, I didn't do the fine detailing. All right.
It didn't show up on my screen. I rolled an 18 there, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
It didn't show up on my DM one for some reason. Yeah, so Crick kind of looks down, or I'm sorry, Lure kind of looks down, comments to Crick, and just keeps on kind of scuttling across nonchalantly and makes his way on over. Rampu, it's really not a big deal.
well, I'm not taking any chances, anyways. I tie the rope the other side to me now, and then I'm gonna have Jake fly over across to the guys instead. I say, Langston, Cricky, hold on to Jake. And then I start walking across myself.
I first pictured you tying the rope around yourself twice as you were doing that. Just a loop around you. I'm secured, right?
Ready. I jump. Ah!
All right, Rampu, as you begin to walk across, how do you cross it?
Even though it looks very well made, I walk across to I make sure to stand mostly in the areas that Craig fixed up. Just very gingerly, one step at a time.
Right. Go ahead and roll.
And then I look, I say, "Good job, Craig."
Go ahead and roll a
Roll
d20.
what?
Looks like we did good.
We did.
Roll, baby. Six.
All right. Yeah, you're crossing here, and similar to Crick, as you're kind of make your way up a step, you kind of kick off some of the ground below you, kind of just scuttles off the edge. You watch as it collapses and falls into the ground, into the water down below you, or whatever this liquid is. And maybe Langston and Crick, as you guys are standing on the other edge, you watch as it kind of falls in there. You see this little bit of steam rise up from that area, and it's a small kind of bubble burp on the surface. Rampu kind of makes his way across fully now.
All
right.
right. And then, I tie myself and say, Banto, I believe you can fly over. If you need the rope, watch out.
Would you say it's been an hour since I activated my wing boots at the cliff?
Yeah, probably, but you can fly 40 feet with the wings, right? Within a turn.
Was that? Do I still have the wings?
Oh, that's right. That's right. I'm sorry. Yeah, you got rid of them. My bad.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, it's probably been just a little bit longer than that. You guys needed to climb
I mean,
up the
I'm
mountain a little bit longer
I'm
and stuff.
pretty light. I'm pretty light. Yeah. Jake, could you fly the rope over, please?
Yes, sir. Yeah. Send Jake over. And he comes across.
Ooh. Yes, and so
Once Manto ties himself, Jake will fly back over, and then I'll secure him just in case, because he's not strong enough to carry him.
and how long is the bridge?
40
50
to 50 feet. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Here, baby.
And the crack's like right in the middle.
Yeah. You know, most
Let's
people
see
it's
the
like
back.
lower third. Yeah.
Yeah.
I would well, right.
Feels like shit. Too.
I would like walk like 10 feet, and then the guys would just kind of see me like whip out like these like ethereal looking blades, and I like throw one, and let's see.
Be it too.
Yes. And yeah, I know, right? And I just teleport right behind them with rope still on me, and I just kind of untie myself. I'm like, here you go, guys.
Oh. Right.
It's
you
later
can
than
do
I
that.
thought.
Okay. Well. Hell yeah.
I guess on to the next bridge.
I mean, yeah.
We'll mend it, right?
We will. We will. We always do, buddy. I hope that's a genuine we.
Yeah.
And I keep us moving, and I make sure to not be too close to the edges here, where we could potentially trip and fall. So just stay towards the middle of the path.
Do we see where this water's coming? Is there like a waterfall, or is it just too far?
Yeah, you look around and you don't see like a waterfall anywhere. It seems like, you know, there's like this fissure, this crack between the mountains here, you know, this opening, valley, if you will. And it just seems like there's like this filling of this like strange alien, like, you know, liquid filling it up. And yeah, you don't see any waterfall or anything where it could be coming from. As you guys are, as you guys are on up here, you know, I mentioned when Jake came and flew on up here, kind of weather was changing a little bit, the wind patterns and whatnot. But as you guys, excuse me, cross on over here, that wind kind of stops for a moment, and the flashing of the arching of the lightning up above you guys pauses, and then there's this single roar, vast and impossible, that just tears through the stone beneath your feet. And it isn't thunder, it feels like something alive. That sound, it doesn't fade, but it echoes and warps, and it kind of folds over itself until it becomes this chorus of your own voices screaming back at you. And you guys hear this, your lungs begin to vibrate and your teeth buzz, and for a moment you can't tell if that cry, the sound, has come from the sky or the stone or just somewhere deep inside your mind again.
Would we be able to, just off of the roar, know that this is the Nightmare Beast? Based off of the fact that it's, like you said, it was like recordings of us or screams of us, of our voices.
Potentially. Make a insight check, but before that, everyone make a wisdom saving throw as you hear this roaring sound.
Oof.
That was super.
It has to be wisdom.
19.
Fucking 3.
Crick, do you have something else?
I don't have anything.
9.
That's right.
Fuck.
Do you want to use your inspiration, perhaps?
Yeah, I think I need to.
And Rampu, did you roll wisdom save?
Oh, sorry.
So would that just be a flat roll then, or
Yeah,
do I
make it a
roll it
flat roll.
again with? Okay. Please,
Oof.
fuck you. My rolls have been shit tonight.
Yeah, buddy.
Okay.
Nice.
21.
So Crick and Manto, as you guys hear this kind of booming, echoing roar, it shakes you to your core, and you can't tell if it's in your mind or coming from somewhere else right now, but something inside you is telling you to run. And the two of you guys turn back, and you begin to run back across the bridge.
Are we frightened?
You're frightened.
We're immune to frightened though.
Food.
It
The
is,
food?
it is frightened, yeah. So you guys hear, go ahead and as you guys feel this frightening, like the sensation tell you to go this way. Tell me how this food, comes over and does the opposite.
Yeah, I imagine I would have been like completely horrified, and I would begin to start running, but then I don't see anyone else. I'm like, no reason to run. Not scared. You're not scared? I'm not scared.
No.
Oh, you're muted.
Crick, yeah, you pivot to turn to run
pretty
real
good.
quick. Yeah, what do you do as you kind of feel the food kind of take hold in you?
I guess it's like a full body chill just kind of hits as I turn and take two I even get a step on the bridge, and then the warmth from the soup from the just that kind of hot chicken noodle just starts reverberating in the stomach. It just starts releasing out through my veins again as I just warm back up and turn around, and I look at Manto, and it's like, what are we running for? Just kind of turn back around.
We're the Stormbreakers, dude. We don't run. Or we don't run away.
You guys do get this
That's true.
spiking, searing pain in your head, though. As that comes over, the two of you guys will take the 11 psychic damage that I rolled there. You're not frightened though, so that's good. You don't have to try to run across the bridge. But Manto, yeah, you were just asking, prior, do I have a sense of what this is exactly? You realize that the roar isn't really a sound at all, but it's like a psionic pulse. You'd imagine, just as it's been reaching out to you guys since you were in the geodesic dome, the nightmare beast, it seems like it's sweeping the crags, the mountains over here, searching by thought rather than sight. It's hunting, but not by being out and crawling around and seeing you guys, but it's using the psionic kind of pulse wave to sense out and feel who is on this mountain here.
Oh. Interesting.
It's like echolocation.
Exactly. So with that, you get the sense that you guys are, as you're ascending and getting higher and higher, you're getting closer and closer to the nightmare beast.
And I think it knows we're on the way.
That's right. Sounds like we got to keep moving then, boys. And keep us moving.
Yeah. As you guys are about to begin to move, and kind of this roar essentially just happened and everything, as you're standing here underneath of this cliffside to your guys' left, you hear some shaking of some rocks up on that cliff. And as you guys look on up, you see a couple of them kind of spraying out and falling down to the side. And then you notice one large, massive kind of boulder beginning to careen over the edge. And it falls maybe 200 feet high down towards you guys. And I need everyone to make a dex save.
I can't imagine that's gonna save. I'm gonna use one of my Ring of Evasion charges,
You're at a
to
20.
successfully pass the deck save.
So
Finally.
dirty.
Okay.
Good roll.
Crick, anything on that
Uh,
13?
I will add 4 to that.
All right.
Make it a 17. That's saving throws, right? Yeah.
Manta, you have a 16,
Flash of genius. Then.
18. Lyric has 16.
but you're
Oh, wait,
minus
wait.
2.
Oh, well, yeah, on all D20 rolls. Yeah, so 16.
Okay. And you're a 17, Crick?
17.
Okay. As you guys look up and you see the kind of sky get blotted out by this massive rock about to tip over and fall down in your guys' direction, I'll just say Manto, you're the first one to notice it because you're the most perceptive. Do you yell out to anyone or do you call any action to everyone as you see this massive boulder about to collapse onto you guys?
Yeah, with my passive, if I
Mhm.
see it first, like, get out of the way, boulder.
Imagine 4 of Manto's hands get pointed up into the direction to the where you guys see this boulder coming from. And yeah, Rampu, it sounded like you're about to maybe say something.
Yeah, I try to dodge the boulder.
Do you? All right. Rampu tried to dodge the boulder.
Oh,
I
yeah.
love it.
Oh yeah.
He does not stay put. Excellent. Yeah, so as the boulder, you guys watch as it, with great speed and great mass, comes flying on down to you guys' direction. You guys split, 3 of you guys going one way, 3 of you guys going the other way. So the boulder just crashes down. Manto and Crick's feet narrowly escaping, getting smashed underneath of this. But exactly a 16.
Fair, they didn't say they dodged the boulder. I did. So I dodged the boulder. They're dead.
They're all dead, and I win D&D.
That's right. Yeah.
Give me the trophy.
I start first next game. All right. So,
That's right.
so you all dodge out of the way as this massive boulder crashes into the earth, leaving this. Let me draw it in here. This massive hole in the ground, just in between the 6 of you guys. And yeah, you'd imagine if this boulder, like I said, 200 feet up, came smashing down on you guys with this mass. Yeah, it might have been its own kind of disintegration spell.
Okay, you were really actually serious about doing that. That's crazy. That's crazy. Wild.
Is this related to the monster? Like, did it throw it? Like,
No,
was
it seemed to
scream?
be.
Is there anything up there?
Yeah,
okay,
no, it seemed to be
Okay.
from the shaking of the earth, the resonant kind of vibrations. All right, yeah.
And could we tell if something threw that thing, or
Yeah, it was just what we
more
just
coming?
said. Yeah, it was just it kind of fell from the vibrations. It seemed like.
From the vibrations, sorry.
Imagine the disintegration in the shape of a
It's
40-foot boulder.
Oh shit, Crick's on this side. Let me switch your guys' sides. Crick says this to Langston and Manto, and then Rampu up the top says it to Lurk and Jake, the same exact thing essentially.
Would hate to be on the receiving end of one of those.
Yeah, that would not be fun. Oh,
I look up at the gods and I say, I am sorry for tempting you. I will not do it again.
All right, boys, let's get it moving before we get pancaked.
Oh boy, this is just like foliage and stuff over here, right?
Correct. Yeah.
Are we cool to like shimmy through that?
Yeah, you could. Yeah. You feel
That makes it sound like there's gonna be like ticks. Are there ticks in the foliage?
maybe you guys have to check yourselves at camp later.
Fuck.
You guys all sitting in a line like monkeys, checking your hair.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, but as you guys just kind of push your way around that boulder,
Shimmy through.
kind of shimmy around it. It's not really too much of an issue. It would have been way more if you got smashed underneath of it. But you guys all kind of meet back up again on this side, and yeah, you see the path continues careening and curving around this mountain pass up here.
Keep on
On.
going.
Keep it on.
On we go to fuck up this nightmare beast and shut it up.
All right.
Damn Skippy.
So Rampu continues to lead you guys on up here then, leading the way. You guys continue on up until you make your way to, another opening, a crack between the lands, the mountain passes up here. But unfortunately, you don't see any sort of bridge connecting the two on this side. Oops, sorry, let me erase that.
Ah,
Giant boulder.
Sorry.
Yeah,
we did not get out of the way. We did not get out of the way of this one.
Yeah, I'm gonna get out of there this one.
In this direction.
Got me.
Langston, does Mending say anything about building a bridge real quick?
No, but it does say that I'm able to potentially use a spell to help us out. Because your boy had a feeling we'd be dealing with some stone in the Craglands and came prepared with Stone Shape. Would I be able to utilize Stone Shape to kind of mold the rocks to form us a pathway and kind of just like layer them to form a bridge if I'm just like touching them and like moving them along?
Send Stone Shape to the game log and let's see there.
Certainly can. Where
That
the
idea
heck?
makes me rock hard.
Ah!
Alright.
The boulder!
The boulder!
5 feet in any dimension or shape like you like, or shape like rock and go weapons. That is fine. Okay, so yeah, you could shape out to 5 feet of the stone to like create like a bridge, like a 5-foot bridge essentially.
Right, just like running along and it's just like 5 feet detached from the stones to like make a little walkway.
Sure, yeah.
Cool. Then I'll like run that by everyone. Be like, we on board with that? I can just make us a little bridge, but it's gonna have to be single file and be so careful.
It's about 20 feet across this ledge here, from
Okay.
the edge to edge. So yeah, you can make it 15 feet by pushing out, 5 foot.
Would it make more sense to make a bridge out of maybe some of these trees and then stone shape it into place? Right? Like I see there's a couple trees. Maybe if we can get those down, mend those together, and then stone shape one end to the ground so it doesn't roll or move.
That could work.
That makes sense.
Sort of like weld it into place with stone shape.
Yeah, because then we don't have to use all of your resources to make a bridge.
Well, I mean, if it's 20 feet, like I thought I misunderstood. I thought like I could make a bridge like 5 feet like wide and just kind of like have it cover the length. Not like I just extend 5 feet of stone. I'm like, cool, it's only 15 feet now. Okay, that doesn't seem as worth it. I mean, I can get myself across pretty simply, or even get one other person.
And I mean, as long as one of you can get across, we can do the rope thing again. Because Jay can just fly over, and we can just keep doing that. So.
But there's nothing to walk
we
on
would,
this
we
time.
would need a bridge.
Yeah, but oh, yeah, that's correct. I guess you can bungee it.
I think we go back to Rick's original idea. Because it seems like I have a feeling that we may need to use this not just as one way, but two-way, coming back over this
Wait.
grid.
I have an idea. One second.
You do that, and I'm gonna start sawing away at this tree
If
over
I
here.
use plant growth, let's see, all normal plants in a 100-foot radius sphere centered on that point become thick and overgrown. Could I potentially use plant growth to get, like, all the bushes to get really thick, and we could potentially walk across them? I think you're mute.
No, I'm not talking.
He's chewing on, do I let the bullshit fly?
Thinking.
Exactly.
I mean, if these
Tommy.
giant trees got across, these limbs would be like thick as
I
shit.
see the
You
DM
could get
face and
across.
moving the word.
Exactly. I love the creativity. So it's a potential. You will have to succeed an Arcana check to see if you are able to grow the plants in that capacity. You would still have to spend the spell slot to do it and everything, but you'd have to succeed on an Arcana check to see if you get it. You know, a full 70s style bush.
Beautiful.
Ah!
I'm going to do that. Haha. So I'm going to use a 3rd level plant growth. And I'm going to go ahead and use a lucky.
Okay, yeah. So you guys see like the
For
plants on the
advantage?
side of the cliffside right there. Whoops, you went flying on down. They're kind of, you know, like
And-
trees growing off the side of the mountain right there. I'd imagine you're like targeting those.
Correct.
Okay.
And could I use my inspiration as well for super advantage? Is that a thing?
Yeah, I'd allow that.
All right, cool. I'm gonna go ahead and do that.
Okay. So you're doing the overgrowth part of it, of course. Go ahead and describe. Yeah, go. Let's see what you roll in this Arcana.
15.
Okay. And describe how you do this spell. Like what exactly you do.
So, as Manto goes, well, you do that. I'm gonna start sawing. I see him literally just start like sawing, and I just like, and I like literally like sit down next to him, and and I put my hands out, and I start meditating and concentrating as far as I can possibly and go into my essence. And within my essence, know that I am one with the world, one with this earth, one with nature. And from that essence of mine would communicate with the plants and would feed it my energy, and thus the plants would grow from this energy, and I could get them to move in certain ways and accommodate our path. But it's all just very much from the inside. It's really down to a cosmic level that I'm doing this. It's way past my consciousness at this point.
As the Rampu kind of sits there in this meditative kind of state, you guys feel the earth around you begin to reverberate and shake again. Not quite as strong as you guys have felt, in recent moments, but still a reverberation that's, hard to ignore. And you guys look around momentarily, and you see Rampu sitting on the ground in this meditative state. And as you look around, you start to notice the trees and the plants all around you start to swell and grow as the leaves begin to reach out and the branches extend and the canopies go up taller and taller. And Rampu, you kind of, everyone else, you're still in this meditative state. Everyone else, you look around and you see the plants extending out, creating this kind of weaving forest of a bridge before your eyes. And Rampu, as you kind of gently open up your eyes, you see before you this tangled weeds and plant and flora, all kind of mangled and creating this pathway before you guys. A little bit precarious perhaps, and you need to be careful crawling across it. It's like the rope gym and kind of like a jungle gym kind of thing. When you're kind of crawling across like the ropes like that, but you had this pathway before you that you 5 minutes ago did not.
And then look over at Manto, say,
I turn around
Stop
and I'm like,
selling.
holy shit.
And you can gain your inspiration back for this as well.
Awesome.
Hey, that is amazing.
I like that problem solving.
Cool.
Well,
Because my
we
body
will.
couldn't handle chopping down that tree.
Did you like swing into one and it's just like a toothpick-sized mark? You're like, oh fuck that! Oh, look at that!
Thank God.
Oh, praise me. Oh, look, another
Except-
boulder.
Except I feel like I just want to lay in that and not walk across it.
So, I mean, it doesn't comfortable, but now we can at least do the rope thing for extra safety. So, Jake, get on over there, buddy.
However, Langston, keep
Yeah.
that stone shape on the back burner. We're gonna need
I
that
will-
soon, I feel.
I'll have it ready to go. Don't you worry. You know, I do love shaping me some stone. Unless it falls from the sky and tries to kill us, that's a whole different ballgame.
Also, for what it's worth, I was looking for
PTSD,
exactly
I
a
looked up.
15 on that.
Wow,
Yeah.
so literally the super advantage was
Yeah,
needed.
yeah.
Wow, thank God. Okay, so Jake has one end tied to him when he flies over. That just would be nice. Manto, can you fly over there? Or no, no, you can't.
No, I can't. Well, I could if I wanted to, but I'm not going to.
Totally. Langston, you say you can get across to there pretty easily?
Langston?
Oh, I'm so sorry. I got an email. I was reading that for a second. What,
No
you want me to
worries.
go first again?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Did you say you can get across pretty easily? So you can get across.
Yeah, That's light work.
And then you can help Jake secure the ropes to us, and shit, in case one of us falls.
Sure. I will take the lead. I take a step and you see me vanish into the shrubbery. Because my icon covered by the circles. I'm
Like
like,
a
yeah,
jungle
no
gym.
problem. Sweet. Then yeah, I go ahead, I do that, and then I'll tie up the rope and do that whole thing with Jake, and I'll be like, alright, who's next? It's actually pretty simple and safe, and also, it smells like flowers and trees. It's not bad.
Throw it over. He throws the rope over to me, and I'll tie Crick up. Say, Cricky, get on over, buddy.
I head on over. Where'd I go?
I gotcha.
Disappeared. There you go.
Yeah,
Sends
one
it
by
back.
one, you guys all do the rope thing, and you guys can easily make your way on across here. Unless anyone had something fancy you wanted to do and say, or anything.
No, no backflips this
Didn't
time.
think so. Alright, so you guys
It's
make your
fancy
way
enough.
across here now. Rampu creating this beautiful, lush bridge for you guys to cross. You make your way onto the other side here, where you can see some of that kind of liquid shimmering closer to the surface of like the pathway up here. And as you guys kind of turn, I won't kind of push you guys too far. Do you respond or react to that at all before I kind of push you guys on along?
No, I try to keep
I think
moving.
so.
Cool. Yeah. Crick, you kind of like look around again real quick to notice or see if you notice any sign of direction where this could potentially be flowing and coming from, and still, even as you're higher up, where you'd imagine like, the source would be coming from somewhere up and, flowing down, you're still not seeing something like that anywhere. So you guys continue to cross on over here then, where you make your way to this fork. You see to the left, there's kind of a path that leads to a cave entrance. To the right, there's another path that leads to another cave entrance. And then it's kind of hard to see here in the center, but right here in the center, this kind of threads between the two cave entrances and seems to go up between them into another kind of switchback kind of area up there.
Oh, we got a decision to make now.
But as you guys sit here at this fork in the road, the thunder and lightning kind of crackling overhead, kind of shaking the ground ever so slightly, and you can feel that heavy presence in the air, that kind of psionic weight that the air just has to it. You guys can discuss this in Discord, or we can pick it up the next time. You guys can figure out what path you guys want to go down. All right, all right.
Wow.
And there's a boulder coming out of the other path. Run!
Indiana Jones. All right. Great session, guys. Anything before we close it out for the night?
But shit.
How dead would we have been if that boulder hit us?
20 D10.
Damn.
Holy
Damn.
shit.
A D10 for every foot.
They can all roll once.
That's true.
All right. 20 damage. There you go.
So kill Jake at least.
Oh, that's
I'm
right.
kidding. All right, we'll pick it up here next time we get together then. We can chat more in Discord about some other stuff, and you guys wanting to maybe decide this, or we can pick it up next time. But with that said, you guys take a nice short rest. Enjoy the rest of your night. Look out for this Goblins Under the Stairs. We'll catch y'all next time. Peace out. Adios.
Later, guys.
Boys.
Later.